Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday Reset with Reema. It's great to be here with you today. As a certified relationship coach, I have realized it's been quite a while now since I discussed relationship topics. So I'm excited as I dive into a light and fun one today. Let's begin. Sunday Reset with Reema, episode number 26, Maintaining the Spark, Strategies for a Healthy Relationship. Healthy relationships are such a beautiful things. The companionship, the inside jokes, the support, the love. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But just like physical health requires maintenance, like eating right, working out, health checkups, routines, relationships also require certain things to keep them healthy. The storybooks forgot to tell us that happily ever after also takes works. The best relationships are the ones where both people are there and both people are willing to show up for each other every day and put in that work. Relationships can be a tricky subject to tackle because everyone has their opinions and their anecdotes, and everyone's experience and situations are different. So, a quick disclaimer, my advice provides guidance and not magic. So be realistic. Don't think applying this to someone who isn't treating you right will result in miracles. I also want to make a point of saying that I personally view, dating relationships differently than viewing a marriage relationships. So as they say, ultimately you are single until you are in a committed relationship. I believe that the person who stands up and announces to the world that their commitment to you and who makes vows for the good times and the bad and in sickness and in health deserves more emotional support and investment than someone who's just with you in the moment. Of course, everyone is entitled to their own perspective, but I feel that it was worth mentioning. Let's get into 6 wonderful ways to maintain health of your relationship and keeping your partner hooked and happy. The first and the most important step to keeping your partner hooked and happy is to make sure that your partner knows for sure, without a doubt, that you are on their team. This is real life. You might not always say the right things. We all mess up. But if your partner has that overall feeling that you are not on their team, that you mean well and have their back, you will get the benefit of doubts in most of the situations. And that will save you both a lot of times misunderstandings and drama down the line. This is the foundation. If you don't have this one, the rest of the tips are kind of moot. There are 2 groups of things that will determine whether your partner feels like you are on their team or not. The first group consists of negative things that you do, and the second group is made up of positive things that you fail to do. The negative things that will make your partner feel like you are on their team tend to be more obvious, like being combative, disagreeing with everything they say, constantly getting loud and being blatantly disrespectful, belittling them in front of others, always assuming the worst about them, and so on. But there are a lot of other smaller things that make people do without even realizing that they also cause damage, such as inadvertently making them look bad or telling your business as a couple to friends and families. Your friends and families don't need to be involved in every little struggle or disagreement you and your partner go through, especially if they don't get along or see eye to eye with your partner. They can't really give the benefit of the doubt. Even after you two have made up and moved on as a couple, your friends and family may still look at your partner negatively, and it can create an awkwardness every time your partner is around them, because you couldn't deal with your issues privately. Now, the second group, the positive things that you may fail to do, includes missing opportunities to compliment your partner and make them look good. Another thing many people are guilty of telling their business as a couple So your friends and family don't need to be filled in on every little disagreements you and your partners have, especially if they don't know your partner well yet, and this can result in them holding grudges or throwing the past issues on your partner's face even after you have forgiven them and moved on. Doing or not doing some of these things can make your partner subconsciously feel like they can't trust you with everything, that you don't think twice about exposing them or their problems. So the two can't deal with your problems privately as a couple, or that you simply don't appreciate them. All these things put up as an invisible wall between you two that will manifest negatively in other parts of your relationship as well. So the next step is to know your partner in general and know your partner specifically. There are things that apply to most people in general, and there are things that are very specific to your partner. It's absolutely necessary to know both. So when it comes to knowing people in general, there are things you can read upon and observe about the people from distance, things you can learn from books, articles, studies, and observing how people interact with each other. So knowing your partner specifically is about learning and appreciating what makes them unique as an individual, their strengths, their weaknesses, their preferences, their upbringing, their triggers, goals, desires, and their personality trait. For example, some people are more territorial or jealous than others, not in an unhealthy or violent way, but just in terms of personal boundaries. It is essential to understand your partner's individual personality traits and how they view the world. Remember, it's not just about general information, it's about knowing your partner specifically. Another significant aspect is to understand your partner's love language. Make sure you are communicating with them and showing love in a way they understand and appreciate. Moving on to the next tip, which is to be an experience. So don't just be an interaction, but be an entire experience. This applies to life in general, but is multiplied when it comes to relationships. So especially this applies to ladies, and men are visually appealing. You don't even have to speak sometimes, and your man automatically starts behaving in a certain way. So being visually appealing is like having a little cheat code. Your partner wants to give you what you want and make you happy, especially if they love you. So looking good makes it easier for them to do so. To be an experience on a day-to-day basis, look good as often as possible, even at home. A few matching sets in neutral colors with a comfortable but flattering fits are more than enough to make you look neat and put together. It goes beyond appearances. Remember, your partner has 5 senses, so think about how you can smell, how you can speak to them, and how often you touch them. Remember, it's not about pulling out all the tricks all the time. It's definitely tiring. It's about doing just enough to keep the surprise, spark, and excitement with your partner, because most days are filled with everyday activities like running to the grocery stores. But once in a while, create an experience, or better yet, be the experience. The next step is to blow your partner's mind. This step is about really getting into their head, keeping them wondering, and adding excitement to your relationship. Marriage can get very comfortable and a little repetitive, so your partner can start to feel like they have got all figured you out, but not doing what's expected and bringing new things into the relationship will blow their mind a bit. Here are a few ideas on how to blow your partner's mind. Firstly, make eye contact. This tip is so underrated. Many people, especially after being together for a while, tend to overlook this one. We don't have a lot of time to go into the studies now, but when you have some free time, just Google the effects of prolonged eye contact on your body's hormones and minds. So it can be a powerful tool in building intimacy and connection. So when was the last time you really looked at your partner, held their gaze for 5 to 10 seconds? Take the time to look up them top to bottom when they are getting dressed and when they are looking sharp. It's a simple gesture, but it can have a significant impact. Another way to blow your partner's mind is to dress differently than you usually do at home. Switch up what you wear when they see you at home. Even if you are typically very sexy type, try something a little more casual and relaxed. Variety is the key to keep things exciting. Think about, speaking or responding differently. So, especially when it comes to compliments, sometimes, instead of the usual response like thank you, try something playfully different. Play with their mind a little and it will keep them wondering what's going on. You should say, yeah, I know. So you can also bring a variety into your meals. So if there are a regular rotation of dishes in your household, throw in something different once in a while. So changing the pace and adding a variety to your routine can bring excitement to your relationship. Lastly, create tension by ramping up non-sexual touches in your relationships. Touching your partner more than usual will not only make them wonder what's going on, but will also strengthen your connection and the bond. Remember, touch can be a powerful tool for building intimacy and keeping that passion alive. Now let's bring the temperature down a little with the next step, which is to bring peace and understand the power of words. Words have a tremendous power, and in a relationship, especially in a committed one, this power is even greater. Your words can uplift, support and encourage your partner, or they can get hurt, belittle and create a tension. Your compliments, encouragement and positive affirmations have a significant impact on your partner's self-esteem and well-being. On another hand, using your words to push them to be better when necessary is also essential. It's about finding a balance between uplifting and challenging your partner to grow and improve. Your words can remind your partner of their strengths, capabilities and past achievements when they are, usually feeling unsure or facing challenges. Use your words to build them up and remind them that you believe in them. However, it's crucial to use your words very wisely. Avoid belittling your partner as a person, but don't shy away from addressing the behaviors or actions that needs improvements. Constructive feedback can be a valuable tool for growth when communicated with care and respect. Lastly, do not let anyone shame you for trying to be a better partner. Just as people spend time researching various topics and interests, there is nothing wrong wanting to educate yourself and improve your relationship. Relationships require efforts, care and maintenance, and striving to be the best partner can be a commendable endeavor. In conclusion, remember that relationships, whether romantic or otherwise, require ongoing efforts and attention. Use these tips to maintain a healthy and fulfilling relationships, and don't be afraid to invest in your partnership. By being an active and mindful participant in your relationships, you can strengthen your connection and create a lasting bond. Remember, relationships take work, but effort is worth it. Stay focused, have fun, and nurture your connection with your partner. Until next time, take care. Bye.